Exam predictions for GCSE Biology Paper 2. Things that you should be revising this weekend for your exam on Monday. I've been reviewing the papers over the last few years, as well as the examiner's report, and this is what I predict is going to come up. Homeostasis is such a huge topic. It's also one of those topics that you need to understand the foundations of before you can do the most complicated thing. So if you don't already understand it, go and understand those foundations and then work your way up. There is no doubt in my mind that this topic is going to come up as a huge question. And then backing off that, the brain and central nervous system. These are technically different specification points, but they all interlink. Think about the brain, nerve pathways, reflex action, go on to things like the eye. What role does this play in homeostasis? Then thermoregulation. Thermoregulation always comes up as a huge question. Homeostasis is usually a huge question, but it actually didn't come up that much last year. Therefore, you predict there's going to be quite a big, content-dense question on homeostasis, the brain and the central nervous system. I think it will really test your understanding of how they all interlink. So in your revision, be sure to understand these things and how they do link together. DNA and genetics. Understand your Punnett squares, your recessive, dominant, and then your genetic disorders, and how do these interlink, how do they work? Because it's only when you've understood those fundamentals that you can go on to DNA-protein relationships and thoroughly understand meiosis. In terms of ecology topics, decomposition, biodiversity, pollution, they're your big hitters, and do not neglect them because the human body is so difficult. But please bear in mind that ecology is a big part of this paper. One of the best ways to revise is to choose a topic that you're weakest on. Choose the question type you're weakest on. For most people, this is a 6-mark question, and then go and do targeted practice on it, because then you get to read the mark scheme and you see the kind of phrases that come up time and time again. Please understand how to answer questions, adhering to specific command words as well. Describe, explain, compare, suggest. You can't answer all of those questions in the same way. What do the examiners want to see? You can only thoroughly understand how to do that if A, you look it up, and B, you actually do the practice. Read examiners' reports as well when you're marking your practice papers and practice paper questions, because you get to learn from your own mistakes and other people's mistakes. All those diagrams, which there are a lot of diagrams in this paper, use your flashcards. And by the way, I'm not the only person who's made predictions for biology paper 2. There are so many people on YouTube. There are so many predicted papers that you can access for free online. I know Physics and Maths Tutor have some, but once again, use predictions to aid your revision, not guide it, because they are not certain. If there is some topic that you're really unhappy with that I've not mentioned, that doesn't mean that you can't go and revise it. You should be doing so, because it might come up. If you found this video helpful, be sure to follow, because I'm doing this for every single one of your GCSE exams. Best of luck in your revision. You are smart, you are capable, and you will get that target grade.